From Alan L, it's a super chat. He said Kyrie is definitely a better shooter than Bird. Kyrie's top 5 shooter of all time.
No, just zero.
He's really not.
No,
I'm not mad at that.
I don't think that's. Yeah, I don't know why that's being just.
I think Larry is like.
I'm not scoffing at it, Mars, but
I watched you roll your eyes, and I watched.
I'm not scoffing.
Well, no, I think Larry's close to number one.
I don't think it's more. I don't think it's as much of a conversation as you would like to.
That's more fair.
Hold on. But why would Larry Bird be like definitively a better shooter than Kyrie?
Well,
me and Jordan seeing that time.
Yeah, sure. I think like stationary movement. I think Larry is like, especially at the time that he was in. Now, I think Kyrie's an extremely gifted shooter too, but like I think in the time that he was in, Larry Bird was like one of one. I think especially if you modernize, like if you move towards where we are now and got an opportunity to play in this league, I think the conversation between him and like Durant all time would be just much different. I think Larry, from what he did, playoff, regular season, the way he did it with the ball, off the ball, I think Larry, like I said, for me, Jordan, is closer to like being like Kevin Durant, Steph area than he did anybody else. But that's because how high I am on Larry. That all goes back to what I said about him being the best player in the 80s. As well, like I
understand that too, but at the same time,
I just
Kyrie,
think
I don't want to disrespect Kyrie though. You're right.
Volume, like Kyrie just like because of sometimes he gets hurt, but he just doesn't put up, and he's small too, but he just doesn't put up the volume of 3-pointers like Steph or Dame and things like that. But when he shoot that joint from 3. That shit always look like it's going in.
No, he's cold. Yeah, he's definitely cold.
I feel the same. I feel the same way with Bird, only except it did go in a lot. And with Bird,
Kyrie's going a lot too.
Yeah, Kyrie's
fairly certain Kyrie has a better 3-point percentage than Bird.
It's
39% versus 37%, and Kyrie shoots at 3 times the volume. The difference here is that Bird's averages,
and career averages, more off the bounce.
Yes,
that's what. I think that's what's moving you guys.
Bird's averages are dragged down by
and he's a 90% free throw shooter.
And so
and he doesn't miss from mid-range.
Dragged down for sure.
Neither does
Hasn't he got a season nearly 50-40-90?
What I'm saying is Bird got better later.
Yeah, exactly.
And so he's shot more. And then Bird is and Bird has done it on as big a stage as Kyrie has done it. I mean, Bird has done it on as big a stage, and I think he's done it more consistent.
Kyrie got one of the most craziest shots of all time.
I'm fairly certain Bird's efficiency goes down in the playoffs,
and so does Kyrie Irving's.
Yeah, so I'm not listening to that argument as a shooter. Bird shoots 32% from 3 in the playoffs.
And what does Kyrie Irving shoot?
39.
And again, we're talking about being more. We're talking about more volume in the playoffs. And remember what we're talking about in terms of the offense. Now, again, we weren't tracking mid-range shots back then. Not only were we not tracking mid-range shots,
but we know Bird's field goal percentages, and we know he shot a lot of mid-range jumpers. We can deduce.
You know what's crazy is that Kyrie actually shoots better from 2 in the playoffs than Larry Bird too.
I'm trying to I don't understand how this is a crazy statement.
Like Kyrie barely misses.
Kyrie's one of them ones to shoot. Like I don't.
No, he's a great shooter, but I think
he is too. But I think I just feel like Bird has done it.
I don't know how this is.
So I think we're having the conversation accurately. I think that if you value what Kyrie does, I think especially off the dribble, the shot creation stuff, I think there's a great argument for it. But I would also say, just like especially again, that's why I had to contextualize it in the time, Jordan, because it's going to look different, obviously, much different. Like if you just want to do like, per era. I think Larry Bird legitimately was the best shooter that touched the 80s. I think especially the difficulty of the shot that he had, the kind of offense he was in. I think because of the shot quality stuff, if that makes sense. Like,
I'm not arguing.
There's a gap.
And I think
that was the only other example. That was the only one who was like
right. So I think the other side of that, Jordan, is like I fully understand the Kyrie argument. I think Kyrie has the 50-40-90 stuff with the Nets was incredible. The 50-40-90 stuff last year that he had prior to injury was incredible. So like I don't want to slander Kyrie at all. More so.
Oh, no, we ain't gonna do no Kyrie Irving slander. Yeah, that's my own.
Well, we do up here all the time. More what I'm saying is like when we're talking about Larry relative to the league he was in, there is a reason why he was the most untouchable offensive player at that time. And a lot of it just had to do with the fact that he literally could pull up. Again, Jordan, that's what I'm saying relative to that era from anywhere. And you just didn't know how to cover him. And that's why Magic spoke about him the way they did. Even the 76ers, like with Dr. J, everybody knows how I feel about Dr. J. How Dr. J and them spoke about Larry, besides the fact that they like, would box and stuff in the games. Yeah. Everybody had respect for Larry for what he did. And this is from 79 through the end of the 80s. Go
I agree with you on that point. Sure. Larry was for sure one of one when it came to shot, when it came to shooting, his shot difficulty, off the bounce, the angles that he shot it at. Kyrie is 1 of 1 too. I think he gets overlooked a little bit more than guys like Donovan Mitchell or Dame or Steph, just because the way Kyrie gets it. Like a lot of his is all unassisted. It's very difficult shots. People focus on his crafty finishing more than they focus on how good of a shooter he is. Like when he won the 3-point contest, I remember when he first got in it, like me and my homeboys bet who gonna win. I'm like, Kyrie, easily gonna win.
What year did Kyrie win the 3-point contest?
2015 or
it was
14?
a young Kyrie.
One of them ones like that.
It was pre-LeBron, I think.
Yeah,
I think I'm done with it, y'all.
Win it. He probably would win it now too, though.
Well, Ron, I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say that now.
Like Kyrie just got some. Like it's just. I don't know. I think it's just overshadowed by Kyrie's finishing ability, but shooting that ball, get killed. It's not very many guys in the league who shoot that motherfucker, and I'm just like, damn, that shit going in. Like that effect is real, and that's I don't know. I guess I don't know.
Well, for instance, Jordan, like this will go back to the volume thing, because I think the best shooters in the league are Steph Curry, Kyrie Irving,
Damian
Lillard, obviously. But I mean, Michael Porter Jr. also, like,
absolutely.
Since the start of his career, has been like, what's another? What's another, like, Klay Thompson, obviously.
Trey Young can shoot it too.
Cam Johnson's pretty.
Yeah, Cam Johnson is another one of them, obviously.
Anthony Edwards now.
Anthony Edwards now. Yeah, absolutely. Trey Young just does like a lot of that's just the decision making going into the shot that it really affects him more than anything else. But like I'm saying, I think if Larry was here now, though, John, I'll not end it here. Bro, I legitimately remember how we felt about Dirk. Bro,
Yeah.
Like I think, but then there's Dirk, but I think we would feel even
Dirk shoot better than Larry Bird too.
Well, I think Dirk is also underrated historically. He's another one in the best shooters of all time.
I don't know who shoot better out of both of them. That's a good conversation, but I don't know.
Yeah.
A lot weighs on style of play too.
Sure.
Yeah. Like it's hard to like just say like a guy is a good shooter and really know how good of a shooter he is if he just shoots dumbass shots. But then the thing about it is a guy, and that is a shot specifically at Trey Young. Because I think Trey Young's a better shooter than he lets off to be.
Oh, for sure.
But then you got a guy like Kyrie who shoots crazy shots too. Like Kyrie, now let's keep it above.
Kyrie
shoots dumbass shots.
He
makes them though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
from from the pole.
Is he a more difficult shot maker than Steph? We would say.
Yes.
No, I think Steph's shots are so difficult that we've become numb to how difficult they are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like he's entered a different stratosphere of difficult shot making.
I will say Kyrie's shot making is a little bit more diverse than
well, for him, they might be easy. For the rest of the world, that's the thing. Steph's kind of transcended difficult shot making.
Yeah, but you can't measure Steph's shot difficulty in terms of like if Andrew Bynum was taking those shots, it'd be hard. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like it's got to be for him. That's how shot quality is measured. It's like, is that a good shot for you?
Hey, for Kyrie though, Kyrie can do those fades and shit out of the post, spinning jumpers in the mid range, falling down, side step back. Steph clears them on the threes. Kyrie clears them on the middies. Yeah, clears them in the post too. Like
the shot diversity, Kyrie got it.
I feel like Bird was doing that too, and I think Bird was doing it against defenses, bigger guys. Number 1, 2, double teams, 3 on the block, like you said, on the block at the long ball line.
Dirk was crazy.
I'm not going to argue that Dirk Nowitzki had one of the most unstoppable shots, but I feel like Bird, what he did in terms of shooting the basketball off the dribble with the defense in his face like they were, I mean, that's pretty incredible. Especially doing it deep in the playoffs, especially doing it late in games.
That's how Kyrie played.
I wouldn't say off the dribble.
Bird off the dribble.
Yes, Bird off the dribble. Bird wasn't just a catch and shoot guy.
Yeah,
I was sitting here like Bird was just a catch and shoot guy.
Compared to the guys we're comparing.
And that's what we're getting confused. I'm not saying that him and KD are comparable off the dribble. I'm not saying him and Kyrie Irving are comparable off the dribble. But
that's the conversation we're having right now.
We said relative to the era. The volume is not the same.
I'm not being disingenuous saying that if we're talking about Larry Bird off the dribble and we're having the conversation in comparison to Kyrie Irving, that's not a talking point.
At the time, though, Bird wasn't off the dribble.
Even relative to the time, it was a lot of catch and shoots Bird was shooting.
But Bird still was doing it though. Like he still could do it. I mean, we even have playoff games where he did it.
It's still not comparable. Even if you
it's
give
not
Bird
about being comparable. It's a positive.
Even if you give him maximal relative to error.
No, because I don't. Because no one's putting him in.
I'm not saying that he's like Kyrie.
That's the point. No one's putting him in Kyrie. I started this. No one is even putting him in the Kyrie Steph Curry thing. But I think Bird, to Chill's point, was still a positive off the dribble shooter in the 1980s. But yeah, compared to any of these players today, it's worse by far.
First of all, Kevin Durant. It wasn't a lot with Kevin Durant. It was what right to left, 2 dribbles, pull up. It was left to right, 2 dribbles, pull up. And KD, it looked way different. One, off the strength that KD was really good as an athlete, and KD had a really good sense in getting to spots and raising up over guys. Larry Bird wasn't as athletic as KD, so it looked a little bit different. Meanwhile, Larry Bird, he wasn't just a catch and shoot guy where Dennis Johnson was just kicking him the ball and he was catching and shooting it. No, he was getting put in one-on-one situations. He was one dribble step back and he was shooting the ball over Dominique Wilkins, right? He was shooting the ball over Ricky Pierce. He was shooting the ball over like good defenders at that time. Mars, what I'm not arguing is I'm not arguing Kyrie Irving was nicer with the peel. I mean, Bird was as nice with the peel as Kyrie Irving. I'm not arguing that. What I am saying though is Bird wasn't just that kind of shooter, and relative to era, with him shooting the basketball off the dribble, he was amazing. 100% amazing.
All right, fellas. I'm running a poll right now. Well, I ran 2 polls. First off, I ran a poll. Who's the second best shooter of all time? I put Klay Thompson in there. I put KD. I put Klay. I wasn't able to put Dame in there because I had to put Steve Nash in there, and he only got 3% of the votes. Damn.
That was me on a bunch of burners. Yep.
Shout out Morris and Steve Nash.
It's the player choice way. Yeah, them boys don't get it started. The player choice way.